we are finally in the game itself. And it's about to let the two teams between DEFIENT and VCGN Challengers to give us their best take at this map. They're gonna start right here on the pistol. Maybe my first point of attention here has to be the fact that the defensive setup is actually a 2-1-2 with them really not focusing on middle, at least for the pistol for now.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really have to do too much towards mid for either side, honestly, because the threats on Pisserand aren't that big, unless someone really just walks up all the way, and Gongolonga is watching that, and you can also hear the drop from that catwalk, from his position, so now it's just going to be a straight up B-side brawl.
They're going for those shots. Naiko's gonna find that first kill. Back in the smoke they go, and they're looking for even more. The spike at least will be planted, so Challengers are off to an okay start, but they are still down a man, and they need to make up for that in the full plan.
This is where the harbor really comes into play. The double smokes especially, because, well, once the harbor wall goes down, you're stuck behind Omen smokes, behind the cascade, and now the fight's already going down. Mo finds the first. On top of side a second as well. Just some really nice shots coming out from Mo right there.
Well, they're continuing their retake here. The attempt is about to speed up, but the reveal is massive. Evil's gonna find one, but it's two from Challengers, only leaving Cap a lot.
So now VCGN, they're on an eco. Only a sheriff on Nico, and that is a ghost. My brain is turning off right now. For the evil, and the rest only has some classics. So might be hard to get a lot of damage on this attacking side, but we've seen weirder things.
Yeah, well, I mean, you never really count out the pistols, but against an outlaw, it's a matter of slight lines. And right now, the defense are trying to play for the closer one, so that gives the attack the freedom to try to discover the map at their own pace. They're not giving them that many duels on mid. They didn't give them that dangerous duel on A side either. And they still got the spike and spawn, but they got their head at the right idea. The B side is the one that's much more loose. It only has a single player in it, that being Vink. And even Vink on their own wouldn't be enough. That's why we're seeing the start, and that's why we're seeing their focus averting back towards mid for the defensive side.
Yeah, but they really have to be careful. Vince is outlaw watching over the initial walkout, so as soon as someone touches his sidelines, he is dead. He does fall off for now, though. Needs to grab spike, and the attack is moving towards A with the spike into the defensive stack. This might not be the correct play. This might get very dangerous here.
Well, they're going for that A slide. The rotate is a little bit late. Luckily for them, as we said, that wall cuts almost everything off. Vince in that cope, as he said, very safe plan, easy one as well. The paranoia doesn't avert him for that much, and Bink is gonna have an easy time with that Spectre at that kind of range. Two more for Vince on the Sheriff, and it's looking rather clean for them here. It's only Evil and Foxy left. One of them is on the Classic, the other one is on the Ghost. You would need a miracle to convert that 2v5, and looks like a miracle it will not be. They're just apparently planning to walk away, maybe waiting to die to the spike eventually.
Yeah, I do feel like that is the correct call to make here. Oh no, they're just jumping off the map. I mean, that works as well. Yeah. Just pulling a classic old G2. Just don't wait for that spike. Just
yeah, as he said, 3 regens, a single wipe, and only a single player. That is Cap a lot. Really wouldn't feel the full extent of the wrath of that outlaw, but so far they've been pretty law-abiding in the way that they're actually approaching the game here, VCGN. Just very slow, very methodical. They isolate the angles with one of those smokes. They still got Mo for the other set. And yeah, it's exactly what you would expect out of the team that brings a double controller. We've seen the scene from Defiant at times. But them being on defense, they're just relying on the Astra more as backup util. Like for actually a util dump in comparison to anything else. But that very deep position from Jax can bring the whole round to a close, because they're setting up a very good A split here.
I do think they might have spotted him with that 0 point right there. So
yeah,
while his I do think so. It doesn't give them the perfect information, because of course it only spots out an area and not it doesn't ping the the location like a silver dot would, for example. But it still gives
30
them that
seconds
idea
left.
that somebody is up mid, and this is a danger zone. And now Evil is the first to challenge it. Almost connects the shot dash out by Jax. Evil untraded, no damage taken either. That's crazy.
Yeah, Spike planted down, and well, at least they're gonna get the wall. They're gonna have both of their controllers up in the picture, but Nyko's gonna take down Slice, so now you got no flank control. They're trying to speed up the play. One shot on the Outlaw, that's enough to kill that KO. They still need to do more work. Still trying to go for the push. The Outlaw does no damage to Nyko on this time of asking. They need to drop down from the heaven. The two players on the back of Slice are making things difficult. The smoke phase shots are exchanging. That's 3 from Nyko as it leaves just Bink in this round trying to go for anything. Half stick. They're going to go commit to it. Evil already has held down a timer and it is too far gone. That is a round to Defiant. 2-1 it is. And they find themselves victorious in their own buy.
The 3 versus 5 retake, holding that is super difficult, especially without perfect weaponry. And it looks like it's still...
They're none the wiser. He might even have an angle for a multi-kill here. He has a tailwind. That is a free kill. Going for even more, finding an easy double Nyko, but maybe going a bit too far back. Bink is still gonna go in the kill, but not the second onto Nyko as he carries it all on their own, on their back. 3 kills are found from the Jett. And now CGN need to do it all in a 2v4.
So difficult now, but they have spotted out the correct side to hit. Only Foxy here to really deny any advances of a spike plant. Not sure if he will swing out of heaven as soon as it gets tapped. Because you probably shouldn't, just to play the numbers a little more. Paranoia coming out already. Or at least in half.
Last player standing.
Well, doesn't do that much though. Easy work for the Omen. At least Tim is gonna find something in the response here. But it's very difficult to hold from that response, Paranoia. Foxy finds the kill. And Defiant find themselves with the second round on the board. That's 2-2. It's equal. And honestly, the buy rounds, they've been much more convincing on their side. I just want to see if they're going to be able to backtrack.
Cover going out.
These changes that you've said. Because for the side of VCGN, like, their methodical style was good. But for me, it's about, like, what do you do with the space that you've gained? Because Defiant, they gain the space, they try to capitalize on it with kills. Like, their approach is very direct and clear. As you can tell, they broke the window, they got the connector to A, they got all the control in middle. It's this point here, Larry, that I feel like they lose their control as they try to make their next step. But I feel like Defiant are already one step ahead in the thought process. They got 2 players holding each of those angles. And we'll have to see if VCGN are actually able to break the deadlock towards the A split.
That is what it looks like. And I might expect a KO knife coming in soon. They're from Gongolonga, like we've seen before. To spot out that Jett and KO and what? Oh, the Paranoia didn't hit. Oh, that is so unfortunate. And the kill is just going all in the way of Defiant. Really nice shots there from Capalot and Evil, and it leaves Mo in a 1 versus 5. Really no way to do anything here.
Yeah, should be the impossible
30 seconds
here.
left.
Going out.
Definitely not looking likely, and it will be. Foxy cleanses his soul.
And well, yeah, it didn't work like that, as we very clearly saw. And I mean, there isn't too much that they could have thrown that way. They only have pretty much an Omen Paranoia, and as you said, a Jett dash into that cloudburst. And so that's what they have to work off. What an insane play here from Jax, punished by Gongolonga immediately.
The idea was really good. The execution, however, is what I would say was not the smoothest. And that clunky execution did allow them to actually make something happen here. The ultimate coming in. The Reckoning is forcing Defiant out of the angle for now. And there's still more Yudo coming in, but it's going to be Nyko with the first kill of that round. A trade from Bink with a double. But it will be Evil to try to find something. Now a 2v2. They need to find kills. They need to extend out. Time is ticking, and it's not on their side. VCGN gonna use that timing to walk back out of range. It's a very easy angle to spam, and that shot to the head is more than enough. Diff have really found a round on that back. 3K coming in onto Evil. And that will put the number 3 everywhere in the game. 3 for Defiant and 3 for VCGN.
And honestly, I cannot tell what happened there. There were some kills found all the way into the defender spawn, and with the way Jack just pretty much died immediately. I felt like the 4v5 retake. Yeah, sure it's B, but it's still very, very hard to hold. But they did manage, and they did manage so quite nicely. And now Nico does have an operator online.
Revealing area. There they are.
That's a lot of info early. The operator, however, is not the one on the thread. It's the rest of the players in mid. He lost one of the controllers. He still got one, but the op is also hurt. Guy goes down to 70. Gongalonga kind of has to hold middle all on their own. That's a good advantage of VCGN. This is the first time in a while that I feel like they've gotten an early kill. So hopefully they're going to be able to do something with it, because their mid has been a success. If the site hits, that feels like it don't always connect.
It does seem so, and they might have taken a little bit too much time for the hit into B here. Just giving the defense some time to reset. But it is still only a Foxy. Towards this B side, Gongalonga now coming in to reinforce, but there is nothing that they can do about this hit, and probably also about the plant going down. 4 versus 5 retake already really hard.
Oh, the spike is still gonna go down. It's a little bit deeper than maybe what they either wanted, but they still got the damage onto the Slova regardless. It's now about using all 3 of your flashes. One used by Gonga, the Paranoia uses well, but Vink and Jax will combine Vink as well. It's everything in red. Only Capelot has found any success for the side of Defiant. And he feels like the Soul Rebel up against the machine that does not miss. That is Jax. And one before. It's a very similar situation for the retake. Capelot does have the arrow. He's stuck in a very bad angle and will need to eventually retreat. The smoke does buy him some time. It does mean they're trying to play on the one way, and a dash into the side onto the smoke make Vink have an easy shot onto Camelot. And now they're going for the rest of the team. The spray down from Mo is got on Evil.
Spike planted.
And CGN find themselves in a 2-man advantage. Another spike plant and Nico there. With the op down middle is completely shutting down that avenue of attack. So CGN Challengers will need to go back to main, but the op will be safe. Then I doubt any further action will be ensuing in this round.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like the call has been made a while ago to just save here, maybe play for some exits, which is why Foxy is still sticking around. But it doesn't seem like Challengers are willing to give them anything. They are so keen on holding this side that now they are also just all running to save. They don't want to give them anything to maybe even get a little bit of an advantage into this game. And so 3 guns carried over into the next one.
It's where maybe Defiant is giving the other side too much credit.
One suppressed.
I agree. It feels like Defiant, they're trying to absorb all of the aggression and then play for the retake, but so far they've just been absorbing it, and well, they haven't squeezed out the sponge just yet. Reckoning now instantly invested from the side of Challengers, hitting into this A side, and once again Defiant, they're just soaking it all up. They are sitting in CT, just playing for this retake.
Well, from that retake, what else can they do? Capelot will find the first kill of the round, still in the backside. The Paranoia is a good deterrent, but the flash is actually too far gone, making it easy for Jax to find a single kill. But they're still proceeding, and Mo should easily find both of those kills, and they will. Nico's the one that does find something in return, and they need Nico to continue stepping up. Z-Evil will step down, the cove goes off. They can see that DFU is holding down the half. Nico's gonna try to go for the kill, but the divide is more than enough, and they push through and Vink.
For Challengers to play off of, I just realized it was actually Defiant's Cosmic Divide, and so they kind of maybe threw the round just a tiny bit there. Making it basically impossible for them to defuse safely. And so this is once again this mid push from Capelot. Last time it was Nico in this position. Doesn't seem like anyone is going to check it this time, however. Not going to challenge into it, although Scythe is getting close.
I mean, Capelot can definitely go deeper because he's spots nobody in mid and he can hear all the noise that is actually pointing all the rotations towards the right side. Knife is broken, which is going to be a problem because that could have allowed them to pace up as much as they want, but they don't need to because they found the flanker. Great work from Sif right there. Find Capelot in that angle. You go in, you know where they are, so you know that the A side is the easier one to hit. And you go from the shadows, going in from the depths. Hopefully Defiant is going to have a chance here at holding them, but it feels like that they're maybe too little too late as they're setting up for what should be a retake in a firepower deficit for everybody outside than Nyko. And they're trying to abuse that. You can tell they're going for the sprays, shots fired back and forth at the backside, but no success found as of yet. They will push as soon as the flash goes. They're going to go for the util and the answer. Bink gives him the arrow, but Jax is good for the double. Could even find the hat trick. Bink will be the assist necessary, and he will find a pair of his own to make it an advantage and a bare minimum a half one for challenge.
Either that, or they do a flank, but they can't let challengers get into this comfortable post plant because they just win every single time.
Water rising.
Yeah, again, and it comes down to this. This is the thing that actually eases them into that post plant. The setup that they're trying to play. They're trying to play too passive. There's no tug of war, which I feel like is the important thing for any defense in any map in Valorant. You need to at least have one side where it's the stronger one, the side that they feel like they don't have any chance of success. Right now, it feels like challengers can go A, they can go B. They feel no difference between the two in terms of their takes. And Foxy tried to go for some spam. Mild damage hit. Reckoning is already on, and they will be just thoroughly as they try to go for the angle. We can tell kills are happening on the back of the side. Jackson Bing, both of them find a kill each, and Defiant again put in harm's way and in a way that really feels impossible for them to retake with both the numbers disadvantage and the fact that you don't even have any way to break through now with Nyko dying. Everybody has to go for dry aim duels. Maybe that drone will be your first line of entry, but again, flash is not good. And it eases Jax into a triple, Capelot into almost what could have been a triple of his own on two already. Looking for more. Knows that there's a player in the back of that cove. Goes in on the Sova. That will be a hat trick, but that will be all she wrote. 8 for challenge.
I feel like this was maybe the third reckoning already coming out for Vince. He's been getting a lot of kills and he's been getting the plant done every single time. He's basically just farming up his ultimate every round, and it's worked out so fantastically.
Absolutely. Not just that ultimate is a big one. Bink also can take that orb right here in the A side. Hunter's Fury available on acquisition. Seems like that is the plan. Get yourself into A main. Set up a quick exec. You have the Sova that can either plant or get the orb. It looks like it will be the former as they're speeding up their exec. A full retreat from the side of Defiant, and VCGN are going to have yet another easier plan. The Fury of the Hunter coming in from the defensive side, but kills are not found, damage is not found. Capelot will actually find Sif, and here comes the response, trying to find a kill of their own, and they will. The numbers have swung due to the Hunters, but now they will need to take matters into their own hand. 1 for 1 they go. Mo still holding the angle, a double for the Omen, and Fink should easily seal that one down. Inside the smoke, the drone doesn't spot him, and yeah, it should be free here, but the flank is everything. They go for that angle, spotted to the smoke. Now they have to be careful. Foxy going for the push. Bink is gonna find one and the flank as well. And CJaiye continue their dominance on a 6-round streak.
Switching sides.
9-3 scoreline at half is pretty crazy to me, but well, that is unfortunate, but I do hope that he is excited for us.
Okay, there we go.
There he is. Perfect.
Okay.
So yeah, it does sound like he is excited with me for our second half, and it is going to kick off right here, right now.
Yeah, well, Challengers had an excellent first half, of course, off of those great plays in both the post plants and that first stage of the round that they're trying to, again, capitalize the power of the harbor. Getting themselves in great position. Jax already off to a great start here on the season to the defending side.
Deploying drone.
They're still trying to go for yet another push. Capelot discovers there's a second player holding middle, but they're unaware of most positioning, which can prove vital in this round. Still though, Challengers already have found a kill. And they have a fair bit of time to go wherever they want to go. The world is the oyster, but maybe the KO is not their specialty.
I'm not too sure whether that was where that KO knife was supposed to be, but it might have been. Because looking at that harbor wall, Defiant have no info whether someone might have pushed up back behind this and have been close, so it might have just been a check of, okay, is someone close? No? Great, then we can walk away and we don't have to worry about it for that
30
second.
seconds left.
And now it looks like a very fast B hit.
Well, pace is high. The silver arrow should actually give them a fair bit of information, trying to wallbang with the sheriff, but it's not enough to net a kill. Now they need to go back once more. They got the spike down, everybody off of a long angle, just leaving a single player in that Nyko, trying to hold the fort for as long as possible. Absorb a bit amount of util. They'll need to find kills if they're going to have any chance of making this round doable, because now it's a 3v5. And with Bing finding that kill and the smoke on top, it looks like it's a near impossible scenario for them to counter that defuse. It's an easy stick for the Omen. And all the kills are going back and forth, but despite that, it will be double digits and a clean sweep for challenges. Yeah, well, it will also be big for the side of Defiant if they're able to find an eco win here. Thrifty definitely come a long way in giving them some hope in this abyss. Otherwise, we'll have to go to that bind. As we've said, it's a very different wheelbarrow to what we have on map 1, but what is looking here from the academy team of CGN is something that is fairly impressive. And honestly, I hope to see more from Defiant on this abyss, because otherwise we may have to write this one off as a 2-0.
We might have to, and I do hope that is not the case. But by the way, look at Mo's hairdo. That is fabulous. I just realized it in the cam. It looks pretty nice. While he is jump peeking, let's try not to mess his hair up too much. 0 Point doesn't spot him. But I do think that they know he's there, and now they know 100%.
Yeah, oh, that's a great kill. Again, calm and cool as you like it.
30 seconds left.
They've been doing pretty well here for the side of VCGN. And Defiant has been trying to do their best. The Stinger's out of bullets. This Nyko there on the angle. Needs to find something, and that's an excellent kill to find, but the spike plan will be denied.
Down A.
And that might be the round then and there. Only 12 seconds left. Multiple players from heaven. But they'll elect not to go for it. The spike plan is guaranteed, but the kills are all coming to the side of Sanders. It's a 4-man clutch here for Cavalot, and a single player will be more than enough to handle that sheriff. Ain't nobody dealing with the outlaws in this town. And nobody's gonna ruin the day of the challengers. At least something that has happened. But... well, now we'll have to see if they're gonna be able to forward them again on the buy. Very big and left. Okay, that should be an easy shot, but they peeked through the wall. I almost thought that would have been a trade for Foxy. And Foxy goes for it a bit too late, giving another one towards the side of challenges. A 2-man lead, and they repeat what they've been doing on the attack, on defense, and honestly now it's having a lot more success.
Yeah, it's just, it looks so effortless for challengers here. Really no difficulties. Doing whatever they want to do, just walking up mid, peeking through their own high tide. Sure, why not? Not even taking any damage from it for Mo. And now you have to be very, very careful of that outlaw if you're evil. Hiding in that smoke, and I'm not too sure whether Nyko was spotted there. I would assume so. They must have heard that cloud burst. But for now, it is retreat and walk into B for Gongalonga.
Well, Gongalonga almost had that duel as well. The kill will be evaded courtesy of that tailwind, but a straight down from the Ares could have been more than enough. Gongalonga down to 7 points of health. The spike going down. And again, they reached that point multiple times on their side, but it's a matter of leading to securing the killing blow, because right now, Defiant, you might as well be doing that. Gongalonga in 7 health has done some work, but all of them are wounded up. Kill from Mo would be more than enough. The jump spot, Vink on the first, Vink on the second, and Mo will deal the killing blow with a third. And that is match point for VNC. form of story, yeah, of that Omen to actually try to isolate some play. But there's also an option of just deciding, hey, you know what, we're gonna take 5 people, play for a very quick contact, and they have done both, and they found good success on both. Defiant need to at least break down one of those 2 main ways of playing the game before they head into that second map, because Blind is going to be much quicker in terms of pace, and right now the pace is slowing down a fair bit, but as we know, since they've lost the last round, their utility is going to be the big problem for Defiant once they try to hit those sites.
Sure, I also think that that timeout might have just been to stop the momentum of Challengers just a little bit, just so that they can't really keep up their flow for an extra minute. That they might feel a little bit cold going into this round, and it gives Defiant the chance to at least get into the heads of VCGN just a tiny bit. And they have to use every single opportunity they get to diff someone, do something crazy, just to make them a little bit scared about this bind, and Big is about to be challenged right here.
Well, Big does evade the challenge and the gunfire from that point. A big kill coming from Nyko. As he said, Defiance starting to show some signs of life. Some pulse coming in there from Capelot. Hopefully that heart will keep on beating, because there are people right here coming for dissection. Surgical precision is required in that retake. Challengers already down Vince. They will need to make work with the rest of the team. Jack's already in the back of sight. That's a lot of space guaranteed. They know now that it's a full out of sight retake. Remember, no pings, so they will need to stick with spray down. They got the util. Everything is being fired both ways. They're trying to go for the kills. And it is Foxy that will be the coup de grace there. I say that, but the Omen able to deal with their counterpart, and no stick coming in from the other side. Defiant is going to be able to find all the kills. It's 3 from Nyko. Jax is the last man standing, and he is going to go down right with that spike to the floor.
This seems so... Oh, this walk up mid is so dangerous. Vince with the Bucky though, in this A smoke. If he goes unchecked, this is possibly the end of Defiant right here.
Well, they go back. Jack starts off the round pretty well.
Maybe it does. Already down to 45 HP though. Might be looking to drop that bundle over to someone else for the time being. Maybe pick up a sheriff, courtesy of Bink or Scythe. Until then, but it doesn't seem to be the case. They do want Jax to be the one wielding that bundle. And maybe the most important 1v1 is coming up on the other side of the map, towards A, between Vince and Evil. But Vince, we still only has
30 seconds left.
Without blocking, kind of difficult, and I feel like that's a big part of that retake. That's why they're not really worrying about Vince actually finding kills on the site. That ultimate can and should be everything in a round like this. You got all 4 members here stacked up pretty close, but that knife is gonna buy them a fair bit of time. That means that Mo and Jax can actually use their util for a little while. Fox is holding down Sif. Happy Feast Slife is actually able to get a kill here. The timing couldn't have been any better for the side of Challengers. They still got the Reckoning. They got themselves onto the spike, trying to buy themselves a fair bit of time. And here comes the backstab. The Cypher needs to find something. That's the massive whip. But they're still going to be able to find a shot through it anyway. The Cove on top of the smoke, and Capelot will find kills. But Challengers see that they are very close to getting the spike plan down. They only need a second half, but that has been denied by Capelot. And he will save the round. From the very last second, he goes in for the right time, and the flanking Cypher was very proficient, but it just wasn't fast enough to save the round for him.
We've seen stuff like this happen before. It's just very, very difficult. You cannot slip up. And with all these ults available on the side of Challengers, an ult round is bound to come up and is bound to be very, very difficult for Defiant to really fight back into.
It would already look very difficult if they get the spike plan down and they are uninterrupted, because it's a 5-on-5 retake. As he said, the ultimate from the KO. Also came in at a very good time. Now they're looking for the reckoning at the other side. But remember, you only not got the Hunter's Fury. You also got the Blaze Storm from the Jett that can be very mobile while she's looking for that spike. First Hunter's Fury is not successful. The Cope is put down on the side itself. The Fury from the attacking Hunter is being forced in. They're trying to go for the shots on the retake. They've definitely bought themselves a lot of time, but it will be the first block struck by the side of Defiant. They try to go for more. Vincent Ziff are going to find a pair of kills, but the spike is nowhere near touched and is nowhere near enough for Challengers. Defiant give themselves 3 rounds on the board. Made their way here. Vince, very tough position.
Blocking
Cove
vision.
trying to go for the back and forth here.
Yeah, but I mean,
Trying
it
to
hasn't
stay
been looking
inside
very
the
likely
angle.
for them all half. And they still somehow managed to get up to this point right here.
Spike planted.
Tarik, my camera is destroyed.
Okay, wait. Michael's in a very good angle here. Challengers are trying to get themselves a chance with the 2-man setup here towards that back angle. Is the tough one. Cypher's gonna find a kill on Evil. You know that there's one in the window, but it's Nico on the deep end to find all 3. Well, we do continue in this scenario here. Challengers again playing fairly aggressive, looking for an angle, looking to find something here, fishing for a kill, but nothing has been found as of yet. And maybe they'll have a second chance after that smoke fades. Still holding that angle. Evil is stuck very deep in. If they have the util to actually dump into that one, it would have worked out great, but they don't have the wall. They're not investing much more. The Omen ultimate gives them information on Evil, but they elect not to commit to that goal. Instead, both sides are backing off, playing it safer, and that does put Defiant in the part of the map where they're much closer to be. They got the spike there, and they only have to worry about the sniper setup, not even the sniper themselves. The Cosmic Defy comes in, and that should be a free spike plan guaranteed.
Here. 30 seconds left.
And surely this isn't just another retake for Challengers. We've seen that it's so difficult for them, especially with the setup that Defiant are running, and now that Vince on the harbor is already down, this is just basically impossible for the Challengers to win. And Nico.
Oh wait, maybe it was that kill. 4 on 4. He got another flank timing here. Didn't find that kill, but need to find a second on the window. He does find a second indeed, but the window player still remains trying to go for the smoke on the spike. Jack will be the player is taking that one down. It's a 1v3. Need to find that first kill. It's ugly, but Mo makes a pretty triple out of it. And Challengers have been pushed for 4 rounds in a row. But at the very end, the lead was insurmountable for Defiance to come back from.
Out from I'm not too sure who is on the defensive side. It is Defiant. So just some very early aggression. Neku's heading up that TP towards a link as well to get that fast rotate, and now they're just walking out.
Yeah, exactly as I said. The power of Dior. You absorb that util, he can easily TP back. He's still got one more gate crash.
Scanning ahead.
Just in case that is actually necessary. For now, it is not. It's a fairly slow and steady pace from the side of the Defiance. Meanwhile, VCGN is taking their sweet time. They know that they don't need to do that much. Their work, well, it's still cut out for them. But the A side, of course, seems to be the easiest avenue, as it is only just that Sova, only Capalot that is already playing on the angle towards short. But the support is not that far off with all 3 players towards B, and only the Cypher being the C angle.
Well, they have Alvin spotted side tech already in full effect. Capalot still roaming around side, getting kills. Neku finds another as the numbers dwindle
30
on
seconds
either
left.
side. 3 versus 4, and VCGN have decided to hit the fast rotate button all the way over to C.
Yeah, but Slife Util still towards C long. They're still gonna need to wait a little bit to break that tripwire. They do that, but that buys just enough time for the defensive side to be very close for a
10
quick
seconds
retake. You
left.
hear the spike being tipped And now
Spike
they will
planted.
go for it. They're trying to hold him in the side itself. It's a 3-man flood. Neiko needs to
Last
find
player
something.
standing.
Mo's gonna find success, and Syph is gonna find a pair, leaving Evil as the last remaining player up against 2, spotting the barrel, trying to look for more. The backstab is here.
enemy remaining.
Wouldn't even be necessary. Now it has to come to function. Bink, the whole round lies on you. Evil is only a single shot away, and Bink is gonna stick the landing.
Just very nicely closed out by Bink. Didn't, as you said, didn't expect him to really have to come into effect that
Breaking
round,
down.
but he did, and he closed it out nicely.
Yeah, well, hopefully they will be able to start up nicely this round as well. The Outlaw, as he said, is there, and we've of course discussed at length the power of ISO up against a weapon like that, but without any kind of armor. Really, Foxy, still a single shot. That is
Portal
will be the
closed.
second shot, however. They decided to go for that. No further gate crashes for the Yoro. 2 players spotted by that angle. That means Lobby is a very tough sell for the side of VCGN, but they're still taking their time. They don't want to give them the awareness that they've rotated just yet. So slow steps, and once they've made their way past any noise barrier, now they're gonna give it their all.
Sure, and it is only Joey hanging around that seaside. Unfortunately for Neku, his TP ran out while he was still sitting at long, and now he has to take the super long way back. They can't even attempt that flank because Syph is watching it, and this is where that sighted is already coming through. Reinforced by, I believe it is Evil, but Jax finding both of the players towards that
Spike
backside,
planted.
and now really no way back into this for Defiant on their economy round. Unless the
Renewed
Classics has
vigor.
something to say about it.
Yeah, as you said, renewed vigor.
Don't miss.
Looking very tough. The Classic are doing some work. That's already 2 from Neiko, but that will be shut down. Bink taking the landing once more. Almost lined up for him. Now is actually dangerous. It's Mo against the world. Sure, the world is wounded, but the world is good for a shot to the head. The contract killers.
Thrifty.
Challenges into the dumps. Just some sheriffs online, and already an operator for Neku.
Yeah, Neku, as I said, on the operator. The Guardians are as well in play, so big reinvestment here from the side of Defiant. If they lose a Thrifty of their own, against a Thrifty rather of their own, that will be very, very harsh on their economy. The swing is big between the 2 teams, and they've creeped up very far into that side. Given space into shore, the util can actually be used. There's still a drone, but they're electing to go for the gunfights, and Jax is gonna reign supreme. Once more finding an opener, but this time the answer is
Spike
emphatic
down A.
from the side of Defiant.
Last player standing.
And this is how Challengers should have played that anti-eco last round, just swinging everything together. And now it is Syph in a 1 versus 4 with the Sheriff. Some damage onto the remaining defenders, but Evil, he wants none of that.
But just the way that the whole team combines together has been the most convincing aspect. Challengers has had a slow start in the first map, but this is their own map pick. They're starting on attack. And I say that this is their own map pick, of course, because we've said that due to that emergency substitute, the side of Defiant were forced to vacate their own map pick. Nezumi is in. And now they'll have to just live with playing that Haven and hopefully going for the Lotus if they get to that decider, because Foxy seems pretty adamant
Silence.
about getting them to that point. Capital off fighting a kill, a second for him. Third could have been found, but it's going to be Neiko and Evil. I like the adjustment in pace. You know that there's an op. Just try to deny the angle. Get the overdrive for Jax. And with the Stingers and the Spectres, they're going to be much more agile here, Larry. So maybe a rounder where they're going to be quick on their feet could be the thing that they actually need the most in this first game. This first half.
Yeah, I agree, and with how good that overdrive is, even after the nerf, that is a crazy spam. Even after the nerf, this round has the potential to get off rails very, very fast. And Defiant, they have to look out to not give anything to Jax And even to Vince with that stinger, because we both know what a stinger can do. To a perfectly healthy economy, out goes the Jax.
Well, they got the spike plan, but they're gonna pay for it. The Undershooter's coming in. They're trying to hunt the Neon. Who's gonna go back towards backside? So they still keep their lives, but now the gate
Spike
crash
planted.
is coming in with the dimensional drift. Everything is coming out from the Yoru, and they're trying to go for a kill. Neko right there with the shorty, some shenanigan action coming in at the back of the B side. The AWP coming into action, and Evil instantly covering off their teammate. It is all left to Bink. Sometimes he's able to do it off the clutch, but this time it's not even a miracle. It's already over. It's the fourth on conclusion. There's gonna be a fourth handed over towards the side of Defiant with the final kill on top for you.
Dude, Neku, look at how far up C he is already.
Yeah, he talked about this. A lot of space garnered. Nobody contesting all the way into that angle. And if I'm Neku right there, I'm just holding that blind sight. It's very powerful. You got the operator in your hands. It's a guaranteed kill into gate crash. Even if you don't have the gate crash, it's a guaranteed kill at least into an angle to run away. You know, you spam your flashes, you get yourself out. Could happen, but so far they've done really nothing. Challengers, again, putting some attention towards B, and that has actually averted the play towards the central part of the map. The A side is completely empty, but the first kill is gonna come in from the AWP.
And that is most of the util for VCGN taken out of the picture. So now they have to commit to a side. They have to go fast. And it seems like the decision is A. And that should be correct. Although Foxy does have his kill contract online.
30 seconds left.
So as soon as this plant goes down, he is just going to grab one of them actually before the plant goes down. Jax being yoinked in that smoke. Very dangerous. Get out of it. If he does win this, but he does not.
Well fought. Shot down.
No problems whatsoever. Now the rest of the team is gonna have to suffer. The shock darts are doing massive damage. Excellent
Player
paranoia.
standing.
Allowing Neku to have an easy kill at that one. Foxy streaking up to a double. Neko will have the 3K of his own. That's the full house between the two teams. And that's 5 players down and 5 rounds in for Defiant. You know, Larry, let me tell you, I think this round is like, you shouldn't really basically put too much focus into this round. It's an eco, maybe if they get a couple kills, I'll be worried, but as you can tell, continuing at the same pace of play. Great work there from Neko early on with the AWP. But for VCGN, I feel like the biggest problem that you can tell if you look at the scoreboard is that Vince does not have a single assist yet in this game. And that tells you the story of what they've been trying to do. They've been trying to get Jax in, trying to set up util for Jax, but they haven't really gotten the proper read of where the members of Defiant like to play and how to get the most value out of stuff like the fault line, the rolling thunder. They haven't really gotten any effectiveness out of those. But this is a very good position here to all the B side from the breach. Maybe try to find the ult, find the kill, even go for the C side if you want to. But I feel like the play towards C would not be my favorite, and they only have 30 seconds left, so they need to make a decision fast, and that decision
30
can be
seconds left.
already cut down. Look at how deep Nezumi is towards that C-long angle here.
Yeah, Joey really in a position.
They found my wire.
Cut off all the hopes of challengers not going
Knife?
to go check the
Wait,
trigger
he's
discipline.
getting the whole round.
Is going to
10 seconds
win them the
Spike
round. 1-2 for Joey. And now Jax and Mo on an island. Towards
Last
the
player
side.
standing.
Stunned up, blind tag. Nowhere to go. Yeah, I mean, surely after a game like this, if you win, you don't go into Lotus comfortable. You're scared probably that it's going to continue. Your mental it's maybe a little bit broken, so I'm looking forward to these next few rounds to see whether VCGN can turn it around or not. And while I say that, maybe some creep ups coming through from Foxy. Very weird angle down in sewers that he has taken up.
Take flight.
Rarely checked, but also very, very hard to escape from if you're spotted.
Well, you don't take that angle for the escape. You take that angle because it allows you to get one free kill. And then from that, you're able to activate your double time and go for a multi-kill frag. That can be the thing that they're looking for here, but they've backed up into the A side. Again, a similar kind of angle. You get a kill, you're able to reset with that shield. But that's not going to be given. Again, we see it from VCGN. The focus is primarily towards that C side. The op is in the picture. How much can Neko do? First player in, that's a big miss. You need to have more than that. That's a great shot from him. And now the escape with the Cypher util is going to buy them all the time necessary. Only 15 seconds left. And Vince is trying to get into the side itself. They need to plant the spike.
10
and
seconds
it seems like
left.
they will be allowed to do so. But the retake is fast, furious, and imminent. Drone is the first layer of security. The double damage has come in. The paranoia on top of it. Dioru laying all the information for Foxy, who's going to be able to get one, but only good for that. Kills coming back in from Jack. The shorty is going to take quick work of Mo. And that leaves just Blink. Situation. Blink, and you miss it because he's going for a multi-kill, and he is gonna have to blink and freeze because the flash from Neko
to get this map onto their side and to close this out in a clean 2-0. Otherwise, you will head to load.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one. I feel like it's not the time to take the timeout because, sure, you do have the buy here, for example, in round 9, but it's not gonna be up until round 11. When the big ultimates are going to be back in play. Whether you're talking about Hunter's Fury, you're talking about the Rolling Thunder. You want to usually take timeouts before big ultimates or an equal round to try to cook up something as the coach. But they really haven't been, I guess, making up the master plan. If you're going to go on the side of VCGN Challengers here. So, I just want to see them actually being more confident in their own play. They're trying to play too structured, and this is a team comp that you want to play fast and loose, and right now they've been all figured out. And what once was a telegraphed play from the side of Defiant onto VCGN, we're starting to see the antithesis here. You just flip around the teams and it feels like it's the exact same picture, just in a different map.
Yeah, it's honestly quite hard to look at because
30
you
seconds
see
left.
the vision. At least I see the vision for challengers, like what they're trying to do, but it just doesn't work. They're just getting hard countered on every single stop, and finally, they might have spotted an opening towards B, although there is 2 players here.
10 seconds.
Oh, Vince went for the C play,
Spike
gave away a
down,
free
B.
kill. Spike is down, and this should be the round along with it. Seems like VCGN are spiraling completely out of control. Foxy might not have the double time, but you know, it's 8-1. As you can tell, Vince is 0-9-1. So an assist on the board, but not really the kind of breach display you want to see. Right now, they're having a big force buy, and there is a world where maybe they get an entry and they're able to get around, and as you say, like go for an 8-4. But it just, again, it feels very methodical and very slow for a team comp that is playing the Neon. And I know that we say like, oh, methodical is good, but not on a team comp that wants to rely on individual play and actually have very big space made. Usually you want your players to actually have individual moments in a comp like this. And right now they're being too formulaic for their own good.
Yeah, and also they are giving up a lot of early map space, especially towards the C side. And so every time they want to go back on it, which is basically every round, they have to invest their Silver Drone very early. They have to use another piece of util to get control of it. And this round, it looks like they have faked that. And it's drawn all of the rotations over towards the C side. A is completely
30 seconds
open.
left.
And this might just be exactly what challengers need.
What would it be? They have the chance, but Capalot, that reveal can be absolutely devastating in combination with the rest of the kid. The contract is on. Full tap for the side of Foxy, but it's going to be Jax to find a single tap to the head. Neku on the other side is able to find a shot to the head. That neural theft is going to relay a ton of information. Follow it up with a recon bolt, and they're all detected, all exposed for the other side. For a quick retake, Neku now on the rifle, traded 1-for-1, but the advantage is still with the defender's side. They got the numbers. Now it's 1v2. They need to be careful because the drop is going to come down, and from the heaven, Capalot. Yeah, absolutely. Again, comes back to the same thing. Absolutely formulaic from the side of the CGN Challengers here.
Shadows traveling.
You walk in, enjoy contact, you're not flipping up the pace. They're allowing Neku there with the AWP to have an easy time. Just farming frag after frag, and Vince is slashing the wrong part of the map, but luckily for him, it's slightly favorable. Joey still on the back of that tripwire, trying to find something beyond the cage, and Nago's gonna find another kiss, one more for Evil.
Spike
And this was
down,
supposed to
C.
be the gun round that maybe give them some consolation. This was the round that maybe they would have a sliver of hope. They're able to find success, but it's a flawless.
It feels like they've secretly been practicing this comp all day, every day. It looks so cohesive. It looks so well choreographed right now for Defiant that I don't really see any stopping in that.
Yeah, well, stopping that would have to come. I feel like it has to come from somebody who's deciding to take matters into their own hands. We see no X factor on the side of VCGN. Right now, they just feel like a unit. Sometimes it's a great thing if the unit is all performing, but right now you're having deficiencies, and you need somebody to step up and fill those. I was hoping it would be Jax. Not the case as of yet. Big duel between the two. Bing finding an opener, and with Joey out of the picture, now a play for the long haul might actually be something doable. I feel like you don't need to commit to A just yet. You can play for a bit more time, try to finish one more big, but they go for the big commitment. Overdrive already out, trying to empty the site as it is cleared down. Evil taken down by a stab to the head, but they're gonna wait out that ultimate, and the spike is gonna be planted. Yet one more of those retakes, Tarik. And I feel like that they're setting themselves up for a clean one for the next time.
And they do still have that dimensional drift available for Naku. Retake very easily delayed with all that. What?
Oh my god.
Scatter. No more meddling.
What just
That is not
happened
filth.
there?
I don't know what is. I think that was a neon stun into a two-man after. Which already can tell you enough about the game and everything.
I mean, there's really no way Challengers turn this around, right?
I mean, there is an explanation. The explanation is called the evil, and this man right here, Naku, he's been having a stunner of a first game. 19 kills on the Euro in the midst of only 12 rounds. The 13th is on, and he might even add more to that tally. VCGN trying to play a very standard defense.
Cutting through.
Life has no setup, no utils, just the ghost at hand. Camera towards C, so that even is not recoverable to try to relay more information. They just need to try to find that round with shots because they're already on site, and the plant is gonna go in uncontested, but the retakes to be rapid behind them.
Went the luck from Foxy already finding its first victim, so now they have to speed up on this retake. And it looks like they are getting shut down at the entrance.
That's the challenger team.
I agree.
Well, they're not up to the challenge in terms of maximum play this game if they compare to play, but they were much better.
Time to jump.
And well, it looks like might be given it creepy here. Decides to shoot the clone and spammed out by Capalot Ares. Already one down for the side of Challengers right here.
Shock dart.
One down. Gotta look at the information on the other side. Vince desperate to make a play happen. But that trade from Jax was even denied before anything could go wrong in Capalot.
Revealing
Gonna make sure all the plans go awry. It's a massacre down in middle. And it's just a single player to hold it all down. Scythe trying to hold the game. Right then on that A side, 3 players waiting, 35 seconds, not really a lot of time left. So they need to make their way somewhere. It seems like it has to be B with only 30 seconds left. But Jax is already there and off to a great start with that first game.
They are all so low, very vulnerable to that stinger of Scythe. If it does come down to that retake scenario. But right now, defense on their 2 separate islands, they need to do something about this, and they need to do it quickly before Foxy can reconnect with his team and make this retake even more difficult.
Well, it's not gonna start off easy, but maybe the members who are most confident are going to be right in line of fire, but evil! 5 points of health. Lines both up.
Probably all of them with the way the score is looking at the moment. And I mean, it was unfortunate that Evil gets both there with the bulldog, but it was kind of to be expected. And now they're just playing in that smoke. Maybe a little too aggressive, but they get it first.
Woohoo! Okay. Not just that, they get a multi-kill out of that one. These are 2 kills and even a third. That's the spike found move. Making sure it's a 1v5. That is a response I've ever seen any. My oh my. No need to overstress. Look at all the time in the world, and now Joey has not given them just that, but he's also taken away the controller of the defending side.
Yeah, this might just prompt a fast regroup into a even faster hit. What a fire, but it doesn't seem so just now. Cutting all the noise on B, regrouping towards this long area, maybe waiting for some rotates to come through and just breaking that tripwire. 3 spotted, however.
Well, they invested a lot, so for Defiance to go away from that seaside, it's going to be costly, but yeah, exactly. Bing, he might not catch the players down in the window because he dropped down, but he still had a chance to take the spike down. It's proceeding out of garage. This might be spiking it around. Capilot holds through. Not a lot of time left. And their main focus is putting that spike down on that B fight. Spike is going to take a lot of damage back. And Capilot is going to yet again find another kill. This might be it for Nako. They go for the flash play. If they find a multi-kill here, there's the entire game. 1 player found, but from the back, Vince with a backstab. Coming back into this game in big time. The Renaissance couldn't have come at any time better. They're trying to hold on for dear life.
I'm out of here.
Still advantage for Defiance. All they need to do is just to find a single player and then make the other one as bait. Foxy is gonna make jokes work of one. It's all down to Vince, and he's not gonna be able to hold down that fort. If we've seen a close game in game 1, game 2 on this Haven, it has been pure domination.
For this initial pistol round, and we will see how that works out for him.
Well, we'll have to see if that does make a difference, because the rotations from Defiance seems to be pretty quick. They've gotten the control of the A site. They've doubled up on B, and sure, it's only the Cypher on C, but you gotta remember, the Astra Stars are quick support and the Breach. It's really in position to send aid as well, so they don't elect to commit to that side early on, but now they're gonna have to walk back into either of those 2-man crossfires, and maybe that isn't the best of courses, if you're gonna ask me.
That is a very solid deep info cam there from Foxy, spotting out 3 attackers, and this basically gives them the read that they might rotate off of this now because I think they have an info advantage, and they are still going to run into this crossfire for Defiant here. I'm not sure if they are aware of Neku being behind rubble. Looks like they are though.
Well, now they have to be aware that there's a setup here on that part of the map. The gravity
30 seconds left.
Doesn't really find much value. 30 seconds. They need to be very quick about this approach. They found the stun with the relay bowl, but Jax is still looking for any of those frags. Nako is gonna go down, and Scythe is also gonna find Gongalonga, so bad luck continues. Maybe it is the curse of the Black Cat in the case of this game, but we got 10 seconds left. The plan denial can steal the whole deal, but behind the block is safe enough to put it down. So VCGN, they're looking for the moment. Everybody's saying Viva, but some people are cheering for their death. The impending doom that is evil. That is also the rest of the team coming from the back line. Capilot is trying to find something, but he ain't capping with those peaks. He's taking it very slow. He's being very measured. The Hound comes in. Life is gonna fire another one, and VCGN will seal off the first pistol, and they are back in business. You're right about that part. Winning is a big part of any Valorant game. You know when you lose. I know, Mr. Obvious, but anyway. Yeah. You know what? It's also like in the same vein of you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I ICE is getting a little suspect,
Bring
but
them
sure.
down.
You know, like they clear the angle. Seems like everything is working out well, just with a happy coincidence of where the pre-fire went. But so far, again, the same kind of play from VCGN. Very slow plays, very measured, not really committing to anything. That early flash, that is a waste in its reality. And it really hasn't done that much, but actually I say that, and it has pulled a fair bit of rotation. Defiance almost left the
Right
C
there.
site empty, and now they're going back for take two.
Honestly, it feels like neither team really knows what they want to do in this exact moment, but it looks like VCGN, they're just going to run into these
30 seconds
three
left.
defenders of Defiant, all stunned up, aftershock into them, and yeah, there's no chance they survive this one.
Blasting!
Yeah, well, survival does not
Spike
seem
planted.
likely. Spike plant is guaranteed. And a flawless would be a really good
Can't
double
use
up
that
for
yet.
them, but Nake, who's able to double up with the paint shells of their own. That's a good alley-oop right there for that kill on the Classic. But they still got 4 more
Right there.
players to work with. They only have got that Classic to their name. We've seen them work wonders in Haven, but this is not Haven yet. Foxy decided they want the piece of the beast. Trying to go for those
Last player
plays. Foxy,
standing.
a jumping shot, but easy handling by Blink, and it's only 2 casualties,
I'm
so
outta
not
here.
the end of the world, especially with that spike plant.
Quite
This is a
risky
nice spot.
for Defiant to push out and to try and take these early A fights, but they're still going to do it anyway.
Well, that risk though, as you said, is absolutely valid, but I feel like the reward is really valid. Having control of rubble, having control of A, is
Go,
one of
go.
the best things that you can do early on in the slides here. But giving up C is fine as long as you don't lose the cipher on top of it. They're trying to start to push. They want to stand their hold on the side. That's a massive kill from Foxy as the smoke fades. And they need to keep hold of that angle. They're trying to fight again VGN. But at the very least, they'll get their spike
Spike
plant before the water falls on them. But no.
Bring them down.
Great work on that angle for that first kill, and continue. Denia was blinking the angle, but Gongalonga looking for more than just a single kill. Get them off the side now. Defiance found themselves on the spike. 2, 3, 4. The Sheriff is
Last
doing
player
good work, but
standing.
the spike is being stuck, and nobody can stop it. Defiance on the board for the first of this decider.
Might have
There
a
we go.
little bit of a disadvantage going into this one.
Cage trigger.
Still needs
Sure,
to
I
convert it,
agree with
however.
you. It's disadvantage for sure, but the ultimates are also something else. I would
Here.
be thinking about on the side of the attack. They already got the Cosmic Divide. The usage of that is going to be massive. Again, deploying yet another trap. It seems that the C-site is the weakness they want to exploit. Foxy, up in an elevated angle. Will not go for a straight down, but that's going to be a big ultimate coming in. We talked about the expansion. They really want to take control of spawn. And that is proving a point and pushing yourself to the limits. Now Defiance. Need to take that space back. Need to use every bit of util just to fend off that crossfire. Meanwhile, in the waterway, Nako's going to try to be the thorn in their side. Kills coming in. Nako 0 for 2. Advantage back to the side of the defense. VCGN, Viva, that rocket went to the Rosa. And now it's a 1v2. And Seth is not going to be enough. Gongalonga is going to find that one. And he said randomness. Well,
Save the
randomness definitely came to your door.
Have been looking so good. Their C retake is looking cohesive. Their A and B holds are also looking fantastic this far, and it does look like VCGN, they have one idea and one only, and that is start C.
I mean, find the kill would be a different idea, but they weren't able to continue to find the kill shot of evil. But as he said, RC is the idea. I don't mind a default. Doesn't matter how much more they can do off the top of that. The Odin almost found the kill. Did a lot of damage to multiple players. And remember, they're only on light armor. So the spray downs are going to be even more valuable as long as the chip comes out on top. Evil, the one wounded player on the side of the defense. No flanks, no backstabs. And they're starting to consider a return back towards C. They take all
Concealment.
the steps back. It's only Vince left in that triangle. That is your breach. Your primary source of setup. And he's not going to be available for the post plant or the take itself, right?
Cage triggered.
It does look like they're playing him as some sort of lurk. In
30
towards
seconds left.
that tree area right now, but they're using him to sell this fake, and they are going into
It's not sold though.
potentially already by Gongalonga. So the defense knows something is up, and Vince gonna get gunned down potentially.
Where is everything?
Almost
10
get
seconds
sprayed
left.
out. What's the Foxy there?
Well, the plan is important. They're gonna get it. They're gonna actually keep their life on top of that big 1.5. And Naiku still gonna go for more. They're trying to go for something, but Nako finds one more. Gongalonga with a kill, despite Sif finding a hat trick. In contrast, VCGN, you spoke about the fun. You said they're lacking the fun. I said that they're lacking the soul. And I feel like both can really be put in question. But right now, they're trying to question the best players in the A side. Usually it's start C and see where you want to go. Right now it's start A, try to execute, try to force them off the angle. The Nightfall is going to be massive here in this way. Players going to push, and the Fate is going to capitalize off of that one. Nightfall off the attack, but it doesn't lead to much. That is the wasted ultimate in my books, and they need to find something. Their pivot is to move him back towards the same B site. It seems they haven't found much success on, but they're still trying to keep their options open. Fast lane, once more. Walking into Gongalonga. He's holding the angle again. The aftershock is good. 2 flashes are present. Maybe one of them and the push. And that seems to be the case. Looking for the angle, trying to find something, but not really pushing too much of that agenda. At least as of yet. Light is down. They're gonna be looking for more. See Gongalonga going all the way back, trying to find a perfect stun, but that leaves the time for Slife. Find the first kill on the retake, and the Odin is not gonna have the most amount of success. The player in the window is rounded out, but that backstab is the nail in the coffin, even if they need it, because Slife really has enabled the Reaper form, and he's gonna get himself a quad. VCGN, welcome back,
I can't
boys.
see them yet, but I can feel them get.
On that Abyss, if I do remember. Wait, no. They didn't have that problem on Abyss. But they had it on Haven, and they are having it on Lotus this far. But finally, they've been able to convert one. Scythe looking really sharp as well, and cap a lot. That is brave.
Go, go, go!
Well, wherever there is a scythe, there are people to be reaped, and these are just pistols. They're poor souls. I feel like DEFIENT, they really have been doing a lot of great work, at least in the way that they set themselves up, but maybe the place where VCGN can actually get a lead, much in the same way that they found it in the Abyss, is just winning those key rounds. You don't need to win every round. You just need to put your 100% into the round that breaks the economy of the other team. You know, give yourself a 2-3 round lead with that. And this isn't one of those, but the next one 100% will be. So this one, I feel like I'm not too worried about, because, you know, it started off well. Capalot is dead. Sure, there is a rolling thunder, but that is predicated on VCGN losing multiple players. I'm gonna go back towards B. I'm not the biggest fan, and maybe that can lead to disaster.
Go, go, go! Gotta go! Grenade!
Side is now already 100% taken.
Spike
And
planted.
B retakes are kind of difficult in a sense that every attacker is condensed onto the same side. And now they have an alleyway to escape into if necessary. All 3 defenders coming in from the same lane, and there's no chance of them doing anything.
Big loss. They needed the AWP there. The fact that there's no damage off the shot as well is even worse. Now the A side is completely open, and if I'm on the opposite side here, I'm just gonna tuck tail and save. Like, there's nothing to gain into that one. Maybe try to send someone to hopefully get the AWP back. But even then, that sounds too tall of an order. I'm just gonna go away. I'm just gonna commit to what they're doing here. Just stack everyone in B or stack everyone in C and just go for a save. Don't even bother about this one.
Although they do still have that breach shield available for Gongalonga, and I think right now they are just waiting for Challengers to pivot into B, because that's what they have been doing so often, and so that's what DEFIENT is set up to do. But I feel like
30
VCGN, they will
seconds
just
left.
find A empty and they should be going to plant over there.
Watch
Even
out.
if
Go,
it
go,
takes
go.
a while, already down to only 20 seconds remaining on the clock. And yeah, looks like Defiant, they do want to go for it, but look at Vince's position.
Spike planted.
Well, as you said, that is a position to seal off an entire round if he gets the round just in time. But he's taking quite a while. He's taking sweet time. Big is gonna step up to the case. 2 from Big. He's gonna find 1. But the Rolling Thunder is completely neutralized by those 3 kills. Foxy, however, is still fully in action. But maybe he needs to get his steps on because Vince already made his way towards stairs. And this round feels all but over. Foxy is looking at the right place, finding the right shot at the right time.
This is basically the round where they have to do it in for this defense side, because if they lose, there's a good chance Challengers go all the way up to 7 and already secure an advantage going into their defending side. And with an Astro, with a Cypher, you kind of have a little bit of an advantage. At least you should have on paper, but I mean, Defiant have the same agents, except for the raze over the Neon, so they can't seem to figure it out. So who knows if Challengers can?
Well, the AWP cannot find the first shot. Foxy, lucky to have that shot scraped by. Now they've worked their way up the A side again, scaling into that space. And the Cypher tripwire, while it does stop them, the distance isn't that much. They can go for a quick rush. Again from 3 they go. It's a solo anchor there in that A side for Foxy. He needs to hold for everyone, and Foxy finds a great opener, but the C's might be a bit too much for him to handle. They know where he is. They're trying to look for the backup, and Capelot will actually keep him alive. And suddenly this is looking like a much better plan. Like a much better plan for the defense, but maybe with Capelot going down, things might get turned for the worse. Scythe still in this round with the off for stairs, and that is a big third for Foxy.
One enemy
Now they need to
remaining.
find 2 more, and it's gonna be Evo and Nako. They will find those, the AWP back in the hands of the defense, in a retake. Masterfully executed. Big angle for the operator. If it's gonna be Vince, it should be an easy shot lining up beyond that one way. He sneaks into that smoke and goes back in. Now it's time for the read. They spot each other out. The missed shot gives all the information they need to just back away. No need to commit. No need to overdo it, but never mind. I say that, and I see that they want to double up on the AWP. That's why I love that positioning from Evo. He's so close in that I don't think the fault line is even gonna reach him there.
It might not, and I think Nako is just trying to sell that he's running away, but no fault line invested, and that is
Spike
very
down,
much
C.
their fault. Evil.
That is massive right there from Evo.
Very big.
Such a big double, especially the second one on Jax here, Larry. But now, if you're on the side of VCGN, you're starting to lose your
30
lead again.
seconds
Remember,
left.
they built a 2-round cushion. This is the biggest that they've had all throughout the 2 games that we've seen them play, both the Haven and this. And now it's dwindling away. What's next? They have a couple of ultimates, but are they enough, in your opinion, to actually win them around?
Satchel out.
It should be.
Need
10
I mean,
seconds left.
you have really damn powerful ultimates within that team comp, and
Satchel out.
with the 2 that they are having online at the moment, with that overdrive, with that nightfall, it's very easy to retake and wait, no, they're attacking. It's very easy to just take a side, but afterwards they have to hold the retake, and that is something I feel like they
Let's
might
see now.
struggle with just a little bit.
On the side of the players on the defense, the AWP, the left only to Evil, has to be careful. They're creeping in really close to his opening. And now they're trying to tell the pace through the match. Already took control of Mound. And a quick smoke coming.
Face your fear.
Away. Nice ball coming towards the Evil. Almost wanted to find a player jumper. Nobody's down, which does mean they go back to their feet. And they are giving the overdrive a first shake, but here comes the other ultimate, Nako again. We'll find another one with the showstopper Smoke Fate. Spike down, and a second chance for Defiant off of that kill from
It feels like we're playing Overwatch right now with how much utility is being exchanged and with how much everybody is moving around. 2 versus 2, now a 1 versus 2. Foresight. Spike is planted for him, but it's still kind of difficult to hold. Doesn't connect the initial spam, and now he has to.
Oh, it's stuck,
closer.
it's stuck!
Defuse is being stuck, and no chance for Cypher to really do anything with it.
From the other side, but the team effort from Defiant has to be commended. Everybody's putting their part, everybody is actually inputting to both the fragging and the setup. Hopefully we'll see more of the same across the second half of the game. There, we'll see how things go. That amount of damage is absolutely nothing. Capalot is still fairly healthy. And now if they find that pick on stairs, again, the A side itself is open for business, but luckily for Foxy, he's just playing fully defensive here. He just doesn't want to die, and I feel like that's the right way to play it if you're solo anchoring the site.
Yeah, but the challengers, they are well aware of this, and so they just keep creeping closer and closer to that site. However, Foxy and them, they don't have to worry because there's still the chip, and it hasn't been spotted and it hasn't been broken. And so they have all the info that nothing is actually going on. Same with that cam. They know nobody is pushed out of tree. Now this is a very interesting nightfall. Very early just to deny any advances.
Yeah, it's a very proactive play. They just wanted to deny their play towards A, but again, the movement happened towards B. Pivot is successful, and now they look for kills. Nako again blinded one more time. Double up from Evil onto Jackson Bink, and suddenly this round looks very winnable with that Cosmic Divide. It's just a matter of how much more they can hold tight. Not even good for the one. It's gonna be Mo and Vince, and leave it just to Vince to fall down in the window. They're gonna have to make up a lot of work, and honestly, their defensive setup towards A is looking really convincing. They got a 3-man set control towards Rubble, and they've locked down B. It's an empty C site, but Defiance are none the wiser. Now they're gonna start to having some doubts, some sedative suspicion is gonna grow as they're dry peeking C, and they see nothing but that Cypher trip, and they take it off, and that is actually forced Cypher to move in closer. So Cypher is gonna take that angle. And now we're going to start to see where they want to go because they are keeping their options open, Larry. But they should start pressing B or A any second now.
And this is so smartly played by Defiant because they're forcing challengers to either make a hard read and stack a site or spread out all over this big map. And so the defense for them is just going to be really hard. And Foxy even breaking that Cypher camera, putting even more doubt into their head, but there's no doubt anymore. Just straight up C execute, side is free, and so it is going to be a 5-on-5 retake.
No plan yet though. Only 20 seconds left. That's a big kill out of Evil. Great work on the Lyric and the Astra. Now the door is open. The spike is planted out in the open, so a movement towards Mound is necessary because Jack is trying to capitalize his space back, and he's actually earning his keep. Scythe as well is finding something. 2 for him, 1 more for Evil, but Galonga is gonna go down, and now it's down to a 2v2. Capalot is trying to waste a lot of time, and he's definitely done that. First shot to the head, second head will be found by Evil, and that's a big 3k to find.
Now this is the anti-eco, and well, Defiant, they don't lose anti-ecos. They win ecos and they don't lose antis, and so I'm pretty convinced.
Are you cursing them, Larry? Is
Is
that what's happening?
Right there.
No, that is not what is happening, at least not on purpose.
Okay, not on purpose.
I probably just jinxed them. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I'm scared now because that Guardian goes away. If they lose that Guardian, it actually might spiral into something else. A Foxy lines him up, and he finds the collateral. No curses found. No work will be done from the pistols. At least Nako's the only one that's gonna find something here. But that will be the pistol of the attack. Only Jax finding the single kill of this round for the defensive side, leaving things onto Scythe. Just a classic in hand. 4 out of 7 orbs for that Cypher and Neural Theft, and it looks like it's going absolutely nowhere. He just wants to die with a spike. That's his primary objective.
And well, there it is. Curses are not real world. I can jinx them as much as possible. At the end of the day, Foxy's Guardian is still gonna be Foxy's Guardian, and it's still going to be only up against some sheriffs. And so, as I said, there really was never any doubt.
They can absolutely win a round on their own. Not just that, you add on to it something like a neural theft that is available in 2, and they have a real chance of making this one a rout. They're trying to push off the player. They know that there's Jax right there in that corner, but can they clear him out? Jax now tucking in deep. They're trying to use the smoke. They're trying to overwhelm him, but the double dink from Nako is gonna be more than enough to find them a man advantage early on.
And this is going to give them the confidence to just abandon A once again. And looking at the defense, they don't know what they want to do with this one. They look confused.
I mean, because it has been done before to them, right? Like, they took the kill in A, and then they went back to C site. Now they have to be worried about both B and C, especially with the angle open, the possibility of a flank. A lot of things can be happening at once. But it seems that Evil is holding his line, and the movement is actually going to be towards C, where we see Vince, but he's not aware of how deep the Cypher has actually gone. Foxy, that's your freebie, and they will connect. Big kill, and that's a massive ultimate to give them the information necessary to go.
And Saif, he's the only one who's been really shooting back for challenges this entire map so far, and now it is a 3 versus 4 on the C retake, and they have to deliver. Losing this round is so detrimental to challengers. They have to do something with this, and the postman is so difficult.
Eyes on Evil. He comes in from the back side. That's the first player found on the spray down. It's only Bing to be found. Evil did not even need to be involved. It's easy.
Yeah, and now they do need some miracle, honestly, on this eco to get back into this game somehow. Because as soon as Defiant hits 11, every round is a swing round. Losing any of the next few rounds for VCGN can just lose them the entire map straight up. And so I feel like, as silly as it might sound, they have to win this round just on sheriffs.
Well, pretty methodical here from the attack, breaking any piece of util that can be detrimental, but they walk into the wrong side because the stack is there, and sure, it's a 1-for-1 trade, but that's a gun gifted away towards the side of VCGN, and they have a deep player right there. Can Bing find something? Looking for the shot. Most the one that's gonna find a success is taking off Foxy, so neither Nako or Fox are gonna be into that one, and they're starting to make the miracle somewhat believable here. It's not 34th Street, but a 16th round.
I need concealment.
It is, and while it is a 4 versus 3 post plant, on this A side, there's still the gun advantage for Defiant, and so anything is on the cards at this point. Jax with the Vandal. If he still has a stash, or a slide rather, available, then this can be very, very dangerous for the side of Defiant. They have to hold this. 1 falls, 2 falls, and now it's all down to Gongolonga.
Oh! He almost had it, Larry!
And the buy is looking quite similar, although Defiant is slowly starting to run out of funds. 1 or 2 more losses, and we're all back to equal footing.
Still waiting.
Yeah, well, as you said, it's not really that far away now, especially with a couple of ultimates that are almost around the corner. Nightfall, ready for Bing, Rolling Thunder, not that far off. Vince can get that in a round or 2. Jax 1 away from the overdrive, so the tools are absolutely close. It's just about getting to that point without suffering too many casualties, something that Defiance was pretty good at doing early on. But now it feels like VCGN has actually found the correct adaptation. Their play is much more postured, and they're looking, as I said, to be taking risks that are much more calculated and less silly. in their nature. Like, this is a city duel. Like, this is a duel that can flip an entire round in his head, and I don't feel like the Defiants really need to take a risk like that, but they're willing to do that. VCGN should be the smarter team between the two, and it shows.
It does seem so, and that is a brave move there from Foxy. Scythe already with the first pick. Neural Theft also invested, spotting out Evil, no chance to get anywhere back into this. And now Defiant, they have to do something. They need to be aggressive, and they're trying to do so into Waterfall.
But it's a little bit too late. Longa is gonna find that kill. They're looking for the answer. Capilot on Longa. They're trying to combine, but the spike is too far gone. They went for that part of the map, but they were not aware. Absolutely, you just took it out. That side has been completely barren for a few rounds. A massive investment to use both of those ults. But really, they don't feel too bad about it. No, we got ourselves a free site. We got ourselves a post plant, and we are going to plant in the most favorable part of the site so we can play outside. But is that a good idea? Because there's a cosmic divide in the hands of Mo, as much as there is one in the hands of the Evil. So this round, it can get pretty scary by the amount of Yuto that can be using this.
Yeah, but Evil has a perfect luck right now. If you can somehow catch this timing, it is over for Challengers. He might just be a little bit late. Just a tiny bit. Foxy making sure the damage isn't too great, and now
Vince, he doesn't get it!
Sticking it! Oh, almost had it there.
And this game is looking as close as that abyss, but right now they're the ones that are in the lead. We spoke about those calculated aggressions, but it looks like one team mathed it out better. And Defiance already with a man advantage and a lot of space that they've taken over.
And only a Bucky online for Vince, not the most favorable weapon to attempt the retake with. But if Defiant make a little bit of a misstep, they might just be running right into it. And Defiant Foxy, he's very, very close to it. He could be the one to give over that first rifle and snowball this round out of control just a little bit. And look at this position by Scythe.
But I think this crosshair positioning is a little bit too high. Foxy baiting out the Bucky. Shots coming out. We can hear the buck shots coming in, but we can know that the Vandal is the one that should deliver the pain. Foxy is alive, albeit wounded from that altercation. But he still manages to find a time and space to go back with the rest of their team, use the ultimate, give them the information, and now they know that there's nobody anywhere near that seaside, and that allows Evil to just feel as confident as one can be. I'm gonna take that duel. I know where they are, but do they know that Mo is right in their own spot?
And it looks like Mo's is going to try and get some kills here. They're immediately shut down by Foxy. Defiant get 2 map points.
Match point.
Continuously, time and time again, Defiance finds those angles to give them the lead, and this is the one round to rule them all. It saw us in a 1-for-1 trade, but they're still holding strong onto Rubble. And from VCGN sides, they're also holding strong onto that one, which could be a bit stubborn. Luckily for them, Mo finds the big kill, and Bing is gonna take one with him before the posthumous death from Nako catches up to the defense.
All down now to the 2 initiators of Defiant. Capalot and Gongolonga. They have both looked pretty good so far today, but can they close this out in a 2 versus 3? They are being hurt by Vince. 45 HP on him, stun now coming out. Capalot very lucky to still be alive and not be swung by Vince just there.
Flag plant is actually a very good win.
Last player
Keeping
standing.
the economy afloat, but maybe not keeping Capalot in this round. I feel like Longa taking some damage, good first shot, but maybe if he was healthier, we could have had more into that one. The aftershock doing the heavy brunt of the lifting, putting him out of position, softening him up for the kill shot.
but they still need to remain vigilant. They cannot let their slight gun and shield disadvantage get to them too much. Rolling Thunder online for either side as well. Cosmic Divide also in hand for the Evil.
Yeah, and really the Evil. He's been primarily a lurker all throughout this attack, so I'll be excited to see Evil actually maybe trying to be a more proactive part of the pack in a game like this. Scythe trying to take a very aggro position here. Really wanting to fish for information, looking for a peek. Of course, him and Foxy has had their fair bit of fun into that one. You see on the seaside, they are trying to head, but Jax is going to take Nako down. That's the first kill of the round, and now it's all down to Scythe on this angle. How many can he get? Can he even stay alive? He's still got both cages and his camera on sight, so he doesn't feel any necessity to do anything too wild. That was too close to comfort. But luckily for Defiance, they keep all four alive into this one. And Evil is still playing for that long haul, but maybe it's too long for my comfort.
Bring them down.
It might as well just be Rolling Thunder. Was already in hand for Vince, and there it goes. Using it out onto Rubble. Counter ult invested now by Gongalonga as it goes down to a 3 versus 5.
Well, they need to find a spray down. Gongalonga find the right one, but Jax, he's holding down the line. Jax for 3, Jax for 4, and the round for VCGN. He's been having a bit more of a quiet series, but it's not like he's been unimpactful, but he's just been an above average duelist. And that's not what we expected out of Jax. We expected a star player in the making, but that didn't happen in that situation. Right now we see in a 22nd round what is actually the first default from the two teams, and a big aggression from CGM, but Cap is actually gonna find a kill. Not a lot of damage back and forth, but still 1 kill apiece.
Need that back. Taking that back.
Oh, but that is such a big piece of the VCGN retake down with that neon overdrive, with the space creation that you will get out of this agent that Jax is playing. And so as soon as the spike goes down, it gets so much more uncomfortable for the side of Challengers. Although they do have that Cosmic Divide still available, it's very hard to get into this position. Vince almost gets Evil caught off guard just a little bit too much, and now Seaside is fully open. Numbers advantage for Defiant as well. Deep control taken by Naku, and he even gets another. This might just be what?